Spencer Shrader, you're either a hero or zero, right? Game-ending field goal attempt. Either you knock it through the pipes or you don't. If you do, everybody chants your name. Everybody wants to know what you're thinking. If you don't, it's exactly the opposite. You're a pariah. Tonight, both he missed and he hit. The miss and the hit. What's Spencer Shrader think about all of this and think about all the hubbub? He's kicking the hell out of the ball, isn't he?
That's a blessing right there. To see the guys that joyful after a team win like that is truly a special experience, and to know that I played my part in creating that environment at the end of the day is something that makes you feel really special.
How have you created such confidence for your head coach to know that he can come to you in that situation, game on the line?
It's a day-by-day process. It's coming in the facility every day and just doing your best and trying to figure out ways that you can improve. It's him seeing me in environments where I succeed, but it's also him seeing me in environments where I fail and kind of how I handle that moving forward. And so you develop that trust, and that process starts obviously in OTAs and carries through training camp and then during the season. And at the end of the day, you always have to have trust in this game. You have to trust your teammates, trust your coaches, and I think that's a good example of that.
Spencer, how did you manage your emotions in a situation like that? A miss, then have to do it again. Can you tell us about that? Just managing your emotions there.
Yeah, so I was obviously trying to stay as calm as I could on the sideline and just thinking about, listen, God loves you no matter what. Just go out there and do your best for the team. Like, the more that you think about, the more that's going to get in your head. So just think about your process. And went out there and felt pretty comfortable. First kick, I felt the pressure coming from the other side of the ball, and I just felt like it just kind of got in my routine a little bit. And so I felt like that disappointment right after the kick. I kind of got hit after the play, so there was a lot of chaos going on. I saw the flag was thrown, and then it was like reset your mentality. You're getting another opportunity. Whatever happened to pass, you just got to flush it. You got to rethink about your mentality. It's keep your eyes down, follow through straight, then hopefully that thing goes through. And I was able to do a good job of resetting in that instance and hitting a good kick for the team.
The second that goes through, just what goes through your mind, celebrate with your team like that?
I don't know if anything did. I got swarmed so fast. I looked up, I saw it going through, and it was like bang. It's just joy. That's the only emotion that you feel.
To contribute to being 2-0 and be perfect through those 2 weeks, like what's that mean for you and your confidence in this team?
Confidence in your teammates and trust. I'm glad that I can perform my job for the team. And I feel that pressure. I want to perform for those guys, and so there's a feeling of relief and joy when you're able to do that. And then it's back to work and preparing for the next opportunity and developing the consistency to follow up that performance.
Shane was trying to manage that situation, like, do I just run the clock down so that they don't get the ball back and all that? But it's also a long field goal. I don't know, did you kind of realize at some point, like, oh, this is going to be a long one?
So I always prepare like it's going to be. I prepare like the situation is going to be the hardest situation possible, and it can only get easier. And so I thought, like, all right, game winner, really long kick, get yourself in that mentality. And then I just trust the coaches to do their thing and do the management, because I don't know that much about football. So I just trust them to do their thing. And I'm like, they'll give me an opportunity, and then it's just my job to execute at the end of the day.
Is that goal missing on the other end? Does that register, when you see the opposing kicker miss his chance to make an impact and just the reality of your situation?
Well, you feel for him. Obviously, you want all the guys to succeed, but you want to win at the end of the day. And so I didn't really feel anything with his miss. It was more so like, oh, now I know I'm getting an opportunity. I know that it's going to be coming down to me. So get my mind in the spot that I need to go out there and hit that kick.
When did it creep into your mind, like, I have a chance to possibly win this? Like, when Cam gets a turnover, or when you go out there to kick? Like, when did that register?
Just leading up to that kick, at some point, I just try to not get too engaged with the game and get too emotional about what's happening out there, but keep myself calm and at peace. But sort of leading up based on the communication from the coaches, and you can kind of tell they're setting you up for that kick. So you're getting in the mentality, but I try not to let the emotions of the game creep into my mentality.
Spencer, how has your journey, everything that you have navigated to get to this point, positioned you to handle whatever situation that you were going to be thrust into?
Well, I think about that a lot, because you always feel anxiousness and you always feel pressure, and I'm not immune to that at all. I still feel that before every single game. And so you really have to trust the process that you've been through. You have to trust going all the way back to the soccer journey and tennis, and the kind of the skills and mentality that you develop through these different situations, that they're preparing you for a moment like that. And I still feel nerves. Like, I'm like, going out there to kick, but you just have to trust that all the hard work that you've put in has gotten you to this point, and the Lord has a plan for you. You put me in that situation, and I believed in him, and I trusted in him, and I was able to execute. And even if I hadn't, I know that he would still love me, and I'd have another opportunity at some point moving forward. So just kind of always try to keep a positive framework and be ready for the next opportunity.
Are you going to maybe insist that the roof and window are closed the next time you're back home?
I don't like to think about it too much. It's like whether it's open, whether it's closed, I just got to go out there and do my job.
Did you know the 45-yarder was good when you hit it?
Yeah, I felt pretty pure off the foot. I looked up and I saw it was straight, and then it was like chaos. Yeah, got swarmed.
The one prior to that, did you know you were short when you hit it?
I got hit right after that play, so I felt the pressure. Then I got hit right after the play, and so I knew that I didn't hit it the best. I didn't really see the result of that kick. By the time that ball was landing, the flag had been thrown, and it was more like, okay, mental reset. Got to figure out what's happening here, and then prepare for the next play.
Perfect, thanks. There's Spencer Shrader. That's got to be the loneliest position in all of sports. Either you nail it through, you put it through, and you win and you celebrate, or you miss and like I said before, you're a pariah. This team is 2-0 in large part because of Spencer Shrader. It's also 2-0 because of Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor and Alec Pierce and Tyler Warren and Zaire Franklin and DeForest Buckner and Leatu Latu and Cam Bynum with 2 picks, one in each of the first 2 games, his first 2 games as a Colt. But today kind of belongs to Spencer Shrader, doesn't it? And good to hear from him, good to hear from him talk, and always good to hear or watch a kicker smile, right? If a kicker's smiling, usually the outcome of the game was good.